Good day, Michigan families, and welcome to another empowering episode of Michigan Family Wellness. I am your host, Dr. Kyle, and today we have a special episode which answers the question, do pregnant women really need to eat for two? But before we jump into today's content, I want to let everyone know that there will be an exclusive PDF article at MichiganFamilyWellness.com all about prenatal nutrition and the role of diet and supplementation during preconception, pregnancy, and especially after delivery and birth, and also how chiropractic care is essential for all of these seasons of life. I want to thank everyone for coming out to the Women's Health Expo this past Wednesday. We had a fantastic time and so many people got so much value and benefits from the panel discussion that we had, and I really feel like the women and the men who attended the event were equipped with practical applications to significantly elevate not only their own health, but elevate their family wellness as well. Just as a reminder, the Natural Birth Techniques live event is coming up on August 20th at Summit on the Park, so we're really looking forward to seeing you there. And without any further delay, let's jump into today's discussion on, do pregnant women really need to eat for two? A woman's body undergoes several hormonal transitions throughout their life. Whether it's beginning her cycle during puberty, the changes of pregnancy, the postpartum period, and especially menopause, the changes during these times can profoundly impact your ability to be the mother, wife, and powerful woman in the workplace. As you can imagine, no two women are exactly alike, so clinically we need to get specific about what works for that particular woman and how to help her become resilient. All of these hormonal changes can wreak havoc with maintaining a healthy weight. Weight gain during pregnancy can be especially difficult to navigate. Obviously, women should gain an appropriate amount of weight during pregnancy, but some people can take the notion of, quote, eating for two a little too far and end up with excess body fat that is extremely difficult to lose, even after a long period of breastfeeding, which often results in weight loss naturally. Compound this with the growing epidemic of gestational diabetes, and it becomes especially important for women to make wise dietary choices during pregnancy. We'll talk more about this later. British researchers studying fruit flies have uncovered a mechanism by which the fertilization of eggs induces changes to the maternal intestine, enlarging it and enabling it to extract more energy from food and store more fat. We can't automatically extrapolate research on fruit flies and apply it to humans, but this fly hormone, called juvenile hormone, acts similarly to thyroid hormone, which plays a role in regulating human metabolism. Other hormones related to fertility and pregnancy may have similar effects in women. It is generally assumed that a woman's appetite increases during pregnancy in order to meet the increasing energy demands of the growing baby. But this research indicates that, at least in fruit flies, these adaptive changes to the intestine and the resulting increased extraction of food energy occur very early on after fertilization. According to the researchers, previous studies have shown that eating for two during early pregnancy is unnecessary. The research that I've seen suggests that this is because the digestive system is already anticipating the demands that the growing baby will place upon the mother's body. This means, rather than requiring more total food, a pregnant woman's body may be physiologically adapted, at least temporarily, to harvest more calories from the food she's already eating. This is not to say that pregnant women don't require additional nutrients and slightly more calories than they're accustomed to eating when not pregnant, but eating for two may be a stretch, particularly when the second of the two weighs approximately 6 to 9 pounds and isn't exactly doing triathlons inside the womb. Pregnant women know they should be mindful of what they eat, because their own diet not only provides direct nourishment to their growing baby, but also influences and enables the proper physical development of the baby's body. So a real quick note here, you need to avoid alcohol at all costs and make sure you're getting plenty of trace vitamins, trace minerals, and especially folic acid for those neural tube defects. But there's another equally important reason for women to choose healthful, whole, unprocessed foods in appropriate amounts for their individual constitution and physical activity levels. And that is, the nutritional environment in utero can induce epigenetic changes in the baby, some of which might be irreversible, which may lead to obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular issues, and other health complications either during adolescence or even throughout their lifespan. A child's metabolic phenotype can be conditioned by its gestational environment, which may make it easier or more difficult to maintain good health and healthy body weight regardless of what he or she eats later on in life. So basically, I want to unpack this for you guys. Women are literally going to save the world, and the reason for that is because we have these astronomical rates of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and we have this epidemic of obese babies, obese 6-month-olds, and how do you tell a 6-month-old to eat less and exercise more? Well, research out of California suggests that the insulin levels of the baby, or the metabolic environment of the baby, is determined by the mother. So if we can educate those young women, those women of childbearing age, and teach them to take care of themselves and to put down the soda, to put down the pop, and to move and eat healthy, we can profoundly influence future generations, because that is what we're talking about here. We're talking about the health and the longevity and the prosperity of our future generations. There's a fine line to walk regarding maternal caloric intake and the makeup of those calories. Too much energy is detrimental to both mother and baby, but too little energy is also problematic. Malnourishment during gestation may condition babies to have a thrifty metabolism, one that is programmed to extract more energy from food or to have an exaggerated response from eating excess carbohydrates and fats. In an environment of food scarcity, so the mother isn't eating enough, this is a protective phenotype, but upon exposure to the year-round abundance of inexpensive, calorie-dense, nutritionally empty foods later in life, these people are more likely to develop metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and other health complications. Beyond diet, it's important for pregnant women to manage their stress levels. We talk so much about this. I talk to my patients about this. Increased cortisol levels, that's the stress hormone, during pregnancy, during gestation, can have long-term effects on the baby as well. High maternal cortisol may result in cardiometabolic disorders, cognitive problems, and mood disturbances in offspring. So this points exactly to the benefits and the value of chiropractic care, not only during pregnancy, but before pregnancy as well. You want to balance that pelvis, balance the sacrum, balance the lumbar spine so that the baby is able to grow naturally during pregnancy and have a natural birth out through the pelvis. And then also to decrease those cortisol levels from affecting the baby long term. Now, I've mentioned this on other episodes here at Michigan Family Wellness, and this is going back to my earlier point that, again, women are going to save the world. The insulin levels of the baby are determined by the mother. So how do you tell a baby to eat less and exercise more like you would with an adult that has type 2 diabetes? Well, you can't. So again, instead, to fix the astronomical rates of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and there's many others, we need to educate and inform the young women and childbearing age women how to take care of their body and to stop putting all the excess sugars and carbohydrates and messing up their gut and their microbiome, because they are setting the metabolic framework for future generations.
Now that you've been equipped with the latest in family wellness solutions, we want to encourage you to apply these strategies right away. But the thing is, there's still so much to learn. Connect with Dr. Wallner's Chiropractic and Nutrition Office by going to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and click the newsletter sign-up button to join the informative and supportive community of chiropractic wellness. You will also receive as a gift from Dr. Wallner a copy of Michigan Family Wellness Solutions, an invaluable resource containing dynamic tools to elevate family health and vitality. Michigan Family Wellness wants to thank you for being part of today's podcast. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and review.